Welcome back to the second hour, ladies and gentlemen. Wednesday, February 12th, 2014. Almost halfway through this month already. It's the shortest month. You'd never know it here up in the Central Plains, where it's been, I think, the seventh coldest winter on record. But, you know, it gives me great solace to think about Youngevity Nation, because we have members of Youngevity Nation all over the world. And if you listen to this program long enough, you've heard some pretty remarkable testimonials. Well, the man that we're going to talk to next has one of the most remarkable Youngevity testimonials. He's recovered, I think, from 32 or 35, can't even count that high. He's recovered from a boatload of active symptoms, all with Youngevity and Youngevity's medical nutrition. And he and his wife are starting to make a name for themselves in Spanish-speaking health talk radio, because they have a Spanish-speaking health talk radio show that he's going to tell us all about right now. Let's give it up for Abby from Florida. Hey, Abby, I appreciate you so very much. Thanks for the call. You are live.
Hi, Dr. Glidden. How are you?
I am great, Abby. Give me some news, man. How's the radio show going? What's the response been, and what's happening?
It's going great. It's going great. People are listening to it like crazy. It's unbelievable. So much needed information about. I mean, it's unbelievable. And we're not even promoting that much. Word of mouth.
Yeah, just through word of mouth in the Spanish-speaking community. Now, Abby is a Cubano from Florida. Tell me your story of how you got to the States, Abby.
Well, about 7 years ago, I fell down the hole of health. I was in bed. I found myself in bed. Couldn't walk. And I suffered from many other diseases that I didn't know were diseases. I had no idea. I suffered from them for life. And then I started looking. It took me 7 years to find Youngevity. And I'm staying on it for life. The rest of my life.
Now, were you born in Cuba, or what was your early life like?
Yes, I was born in Cuba 40 years ago, and I came here in 2002, and that's when I crashed against the medical system of this country.
Yeah, that must have been quite a gigantic letdown.
It was a crash.
Yeah, have you been back? Have you been back to Cuba since you left?
No, all my family's in here. So
all your
I have a few friends, but I don't want to go back to Cuba.
Yeah, it's an interesting story. When I talk to American citizens who expatriated here from Cuba, most of them feel the same, that they have absolutely no desire whatsoever to go back. Apparently, it was a very oppressive. Do you remember any of it? I mean, how old were you when you left?
I left at 28.
Oh, so you must remember quite a bit. I mean, it was what?
Oh, yeah.
What? Yeah. So a little bit better here in the U.S., don't you think?
Yes, at least it's a little more freedom. Not like people think it is, but it's a little more. At least you can have a car and drive around. You get a bicycle only if you're lucky.
Yeah, you get a bicycle if you're lucky in Cuba, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, crazy, man. I've never been. Of course, I have mixed emotions about it, because there are so many Cubanos in Youngevity, and nobody wants to go back there. But I digress. So tell the listening audience, Abby, how they can access your radio show, when it airs, and how to do it.
It's very easy. Just go online to radar90.com, and it's all in Spanish. The whole website in Spanish, and people will click on listen to us here in Spanish, of course, and that'll take them to another website where we have all the podcasts. And every episode that we record there has a name, a title. And all we talk about in that episode is about that particular topic. If it's diabetes, we put all the information about diabetes, based almost 100% in Wallach's points of view and Longevity's point of view.
Radar90.com, radar90.com?
Yes.
Very good. Now, does the radio show air live? When you air the show, does it have possibility for people to call in, or haven't you gotten to that point yet?
We have not been able to do that now because we have our daughter. So we have to record. We got to play with our daughter. And she's 3 years old, so we have to interrupt many times. It takes a few hours to record it, little by little.
Yeah, well, that's how you start, and that's dedication, folks, and that's how you get it done, one small step at a time. And, there's nothing like results to move something forward, Abby. So, my prediction is that within the next year, once you guys get this sorted out, you're going to be a regular member of the Genesis Communication Network. Of course, I don't have any insider information about that, but I know that there's a giant need for this. And, so all you need to do is just keep plugging away at it, man, and it's just going to get better and better and better. Because there is a gigantic Spanish-speaking community in the United States. And, we can make all of the political huff and puff that we want to. Oh, if you're going to be an American citizen, you should learn how to speak the language, this, that, and the other thing. Well, yeah, maybe. And until that happens, people are sick and suffering, and disease knows no border. It knows no creed. It knows no religion. It knows no color. Human suffering is human suffering, period. So anything that we can do. I mean, I'd love to be able to translate my show into Czechoslovakian, for goodness sake, into French. I'd even love to be able to translate my show into Irish. But, there's a need here, and you guys are stepping up, and you're fulfilling the need. And it's a wonderful thing, and I only have the kindest wishes for both you and your lovely wife Donis moving forward. So, give me some feedback about what you're seeing so far in the health area in your life vis-a-vis longevity and what we're up to.
It's going great. I mean, it couldn't be better. I mean, it could be right, but it's going great. And like I say, we're chopping the wood. When this fire starts, there won't be a fireman be able to put that down. That's the way I put it. That radio show and what we are doing right now, we're just chopping the wood. What we're doing is unbelievable. Putting so many hours into this, that's going to help millions of people, millions in the Spanish community. On another token, I have a question, and I would like to see if I was correct on something that I encountered. Remember when you mentioned all the time that if you want to get somebody to try, when they say, well, my budget is tight and this and that, you say, well, just give the people a bottle of the plant-derived minerals. And like this guy in New York State, I think he's had in New York State or something happen all the time, right?
Yeah, right.
And that's why I started doing that. And there's one person, actually the feedback is great. It is unbelievable, just by the minerals. And one guy told me at work, he considers himself healthy, as many people do. And I said, just try this and see how your body reacts to it, and you'll find out if you're really healthy or not. So I gave it to him. I said, you don't have to pay it. If you like it, I'll get you more than you pay me for this one.
Good job.
He took it. He said, Howie, I took the first ounce and the second one, and I started getting pain in my shoulder. Weird pain in my shoulder. I said, did you ever had any problem in your shoulder, like arthritis, any joint, any accident, anything? He said, well, I had an accident many years ago, and I had surgery, and on one shoulder. However, the other one, the pain is in the other one. And I asked him, what do you think that is? Why do you think you're getting pain in a shoulder where you never had any problem? And he said, well, I think this is working. There's something going on in my shoulder, and this is just doing the work. I said, well, you gave yourself your answer. That's what I thought, too. I said, in my opinion, from what I know, which is almost nothing, but maybe you had something developing in your body, and your body just suppressing that until it received what it needed to receive in order to work on it and fix it. And that's what it's doing. So it's like a nurse. I would see it like a nurse curing a wound. It's going to hurt. But if it doesn't do it, it's going to get an infection and you may die from it.
Yeah, you got to scrub it out. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So the basic understanding here is that the liquid colloidal plant-derived minerals are essential nutrients to the human body. And there's nothing else in there that can cause a reaction. There's no sugars, there's no proteins, there's no monosodium glutamate, there's no preservatives, there's nothing else in there. It's just distilled water and plant-derived minerals, period. So it's impossible for an essential nutrient to create a negative side effect. That can't happen. Well, if you drank 100 bottles of the plant-derived minerals a day, then you could probably develop a net negative effect from it. Too much sunlight will kill you. Too much water will kill you. Too much oxygen, quite frankly, will kill you. But, when we're being reality-based here and in the dosages that people take this stuff, it's impossible for this stuff to create a negative reaction. So when a negative reaction does show up after administration of only the plant-derived minerals, it can only mean one thing: that the minerals are stimulating the body's metabolic process to get some type of work done. Let's talk more about this when we come back. Stick around, Abby. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. This is Fire Your MD Now. Stick around. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here, your steadfast advocate for health. Talking to Abby from Florida, who has a very successful Spanish-speaking health talk radio program that's a spin-off of all the longevity work that he's doing. Check it out, radar90.com, radar90.com, and tell everybody in your life who's a Spanish speaker about it, and let's start healing as much as we possibly can. So, Abby, here's the deal, man. When you give an essential nutrient that doesn't have anything in it that the body can have a negative reaction to, and it engenders some type of an aggravating symptom, then the first, second, and third thing to think about is that it's some type of healing crisis, that the body is fixing something, it's delivering nutrients somewhere that's necessary. Now, so in a situation like this, we would not expect a negative situation like this to be persistent for more than 2 weeks, more than 14 days. If it gets worse and worse, if it continues for 14 days and doesn't get any better, or if it gets worse inside of 14 days, then there's something else going on here, and the recommendation would be to stop it. But healing crises rarely last more than 72 hours. So if this symptom persists or it gets worse with time, then that's an indication that something is up. Now, the only other possibility here would be if he's taking a prescription medication and the plant minerals are causing a side effect of the prescription medication, because, right, prescription meds work in the body by upregulating or downregulating, but they mess with the biochemistry of your body. And the biochemistry of your body is made from minerals and vitamins and amino acids and essential fatty acids. So when somebody takes a medical nutrition program on top of a prescription drug, the prescription drug always works better. Always works better. Now, grapefruit and a handful of herbs can make prescription drugs work not as well, but that's the exception, not the rule. Medical nutrition will make drugs work better, so he may be experiencing a side effect of a prescription medication because of the presence of the mineral, the drug is working twice as effectively as it was before, and it's creating side effects. But notwithstanding the pharmacological interaction here, it's most definitely a healing crisis, and, it should pass with time. So you're right on the money, Abby, and this is a testimony not only to your intelligence and your ability to grasp these concepts, but also to the fact that the stuff that we talk about, is really not that difficult to come up to speed with. I mean, you've only been doing this for a year, and you got it. You hit it dead on the money, and, you don't have a PhD. You don't have a doctoral degree. You've just been hanging out with you. You've been hanging out with us, and you just assimilate this information because it's really, really, really easy. It's really, really, really easy.
Well, I have good news in this case. After a couple of days, his pain was gone.
Well, there you go.
In the shoulder. I wanted to tell you that. His pain was gone in the shoulder. Then he started getting the pain in the knee. And I said, well, let me tell you what you have been developing something, or you were developing something in your bones or your joints, and you didn't know about it. Now you know that you have a problem. You have to work on it. Yeah. And I said to him, if just the minerals do this reaction to you in your body, just imagine what you're going to get if you do the entire pack that you need.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
He's about to start, and I have to meet him within a couple of days because it's been almost 2 weeks for him. I'm just following what you recommend. Get this bottle twice a day. Get an ounce in the morning and an ounce in the afternoon. It's almost about to finish that 14-day period, so he's going to get in. But
it's too easy, isn't it? I mean, it's too easy.
I know. It's too easy. I don't know the case exactly the same. I don't know if you remember one old person that I called you with a long time ago, that the wife had a million problems. He purchased a ton of supplements for the wife. She didn't want to take everything. She went to the doctor, even though I told her, don't ask the doctor about this because they don't know about it. But anyway, she followed the doctor's advice. She put her supplements on the side and took just a little bit. And the husband said, you know what, if you're not going to take it, I'm going to take it. He started taking it. And within a week, his arthritis pain was gone completely, 100%. He told me, this is amazing.
Avi, you continue to rock the world, buddy. Sorry, we're up against the heartbreak, and I've got calls. Avi, you are the greatest, man. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, bro.
Radar90.com, folks. Check it out. For all the Spanish-speaking people in your life, radar90.com. Do they put maple syrup in the water in Calgary? I'm not sure. How about Camrose? I'm not sure. I think so, though. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden, your steadfast advocate for health. Wednesday, February 12th, 2014. This is the second hour. Love hearing from Abi. Such a remarkable testimonial that he had. And now, all you need to do to have a successful longevity business is tell people the truth and get them to try it. I mean, tell people the truth and get them to try it. That's all that you have to do. It sells itself, for goodness sake. And Abi's right. Pretty soon, our information is going to crest the hill, and it's going to grow in lightning fashion. The time is coming, ladies and gentlemen. You put your head on the rails of that track, and you're going to hear the engine. You can hear it. I mean, if you get up in the wee small hours of the dawn and just lift your head up to the sky and take a deep breath in, you can feel it. Longevity Nation is on the move. And you know what? It's about time. Let's go to Barbara in California, who's got a question about thyroid. Hey, Barbara, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Yes, I'm calling back because I forgot to tell you that I have 4 knots on one side of my thyroid and 3 on the other, and one side I have a cyst.
Yeah, okay.
On my thyroid.
So you need to start using iodized salt. Iodized salt. All right. And I would also go to Alex. Do you know who Alex Jones is?
No.
All right. I would visit Alex Jones' website. Go to Infowars.com. INFO Wars, WARS.com. Infowars.com.
Okay.
and get a bottle of something called nascent iodine. They sell nascent iodine there. Get one bottle of the nascent iodine.
Even though I'm allergic to iodine?
Who says you're
allergic to shellfish?
No. You're not allergic to iodine. That's impossible. If you were allergic to iodine, you'd be dead. No, it's something different in the shellfish that's giving you a problem. That's a very good question. So get the nascent iodine, take it as directed, and you want to visit a chiropractor and have them do a lateral x-ray, a side x-ray of your neck. Tell them you want to see if the curve in your neck is good, because your skull is like a big bowling ball and it sits on top of your backbone. And if you look at somebody's body from the side, the backbone has a nice little curve in it. It looks like the letter S. And the curve starts in your neck. And the nerves that go to your thyroid come out of your neck. So if the curve in your neck is incorrect, or if the curve in your neck is backwards, or if the curve in your neck is not there at all, it's like a popsicle stick, that's called a military neck, then the nerves coming out of your spinal cord that go to your thyroid gland are going to be funky. And if the nerve signals are jammed up, then the thyroid's going to be funky. And so whenever anybody has a strong and persistent thyroid pathology, then we just double-check the nuts and bolts of the mechanics of the body to make sure that everything is the way that nature intended it. So the only thing I would like to see you add here to support and promote thyroid function would be the nascent iodine, and get a lateral x-ray, a side x-ray of your neck from a chiropractor. Tell him that you talked to a naturopathic physician and he recommended that you look to see if the curve in your neck is correct. It either is or it isn't. And if it's not, it's a relatively easy thing to fix. The chiropractor will be able to give you exercises that you can do every day to put the curve back. So
Okay.
I would add that onto it, Barbara. And by the way, I'm very excited for you, Barbara. Just like Avi's friend, or not friend, but Avi's associate, who bought the stuff for his wife, and she didn't want to take it all, so he said, well, screw it, I have it, I might as well just take it anyway, and he took it, and in 2 weeks his arthritic pain is gone. I mean, you're going to love how you feel. And remember, Barbara, this is a holistic intervention, so pay attention to the whole thing, right? Your mood, your energy, your sleep, your appetite, and everything, in addition to your chief complaints, because that's how we judge the effectiveness of this program moving forward. All right? Give us a call back in 2 or 3 weeks with a report. I'll look forward to it. Thanks, Barbara. All right, let's cross the country and go to Virginia. Where other than the radio can we do that? Let's talk to Terry in Virginia. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Terry, my bad. If you're still listening, call us back. I'll put you on right away. I hit the wrong button. I guess I need more coffee. All right, let's go to North Carolina then and talk to Peggy. Sorry, Terry, give us a call back. Hey, Peggy, thanks for the phone call. Right button this time. You are live.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, Peggy. Thanks for calling.
Sure. Thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome. How can I help?
Well, my husband has hepatitis C and advanced kidney. I'm sorry, I keep saying kidney, but liver cancer. Mm-hmm. He's lost a considerable amount of weight. He's just skin and bone.
Yeah.
And his stomach, he was flat all over. Now his stomach is protruding out.
Yeah.
He's got a big stomach now. And we just want to know. And he's got a pretty good appetite, but he just can't gain the weight back, and he's weak. So we just wonder, what can you do? What can he take to
give himself a leg up, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, again, it's important that I say this out loud every time, and, it's getting redundant, folks, but this is what we have to do. Thank you very much, Food and Drug Administration. We don't treat cancer. That's illegal. We can't treat cancer. We don't treat disease here on Fire Your MD Now. We offer medical strategies which support and promote the body's ability to optimize its structure and function. Okay? So, having said that, in my private practice, I've been treating a patient who has hepatitis C for 25 years. For 25 years, he's still alive. He's going strong. You'd never know he had hepatitis C. All of his friends who were hanging around him in the 70s, and they were needle users right back in the 70s, indiscriminate needle users. That's how they all got hepatitis C. There was a whole cohort of these guys and women. And he was the only one that took my advice. He was the only one in his cohort who followed my advice, and he's still alive. Everybody else is dead. So, the liver has a remarkable ability to regenerate itself. It's called hepatoneogenesis. That's fancy schmancy doctor talk for the liver growing new liver cells, and it can do that. You can cut 70-something% of the liver out, and it'll grow back. The liver has a remarkable bounce-back ability, and so we support that. So what do we do? Well, the recommendation is 1 anti-aging healthy start pack, 3 bottles of selenium, 1 anti-aging healthy start pack, 3 bottles of selenium, 3 bottles of selenium, and 2 bottles of something called Hepal. Prohoba is the company. Prohoba, Projoba. That's a longevity subsidiary. Hepal, H like Harry, E, P like Peter, O-L. 2 bottles of Prohoba Hepal, 3 bottles of Ultimate Selenium, and 1 anti-aging healthy start pack. That's a very good place for him to start. Within the first 7 days, he should notice a noticeable change in his energy. We have to start somewhere, keep our fingers crossed, and see what happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a very good place to do it. Now, people, Peggy, we have a very unique position here in the world because there's only a handful of licensed physicians who actually have clinical experience with holistic medicine that lets them know actually what works and what doesn't work. There's just a handful of us. I mean, less than 300 in the whole world, for goodness sake.
Mm-hmm.
So the information that we have about what food is good and what food is bad is unique, and nobody else is telling it like we are.
Mm-hmm.
So your husband and you and me and my wife and my kids and everybody need to stop eating the 10 bad foods. There are 10 foods. I don't care how good your husband thinks he eats. If he's eating these 10 foods, even if he's eating just one of them, he's going to hurt himself, and he needs to stop it, and so do you.
What is that?
All right, so get something. You have something to write with, I'm assuming, yeah?
I have.
All right, please visit my website, fireyourmdnow.com.
Fire.
Your. M like Mary, D like David.
MD.
Now. .com.
Okay.
All right. And on the front page of that website, which is my website, there's a little button that says sign up for Dr. Glidden's free newsletter. And I want you to do that.
Okay.
When you sign up for the free newsletter, you get a list of something called the Good Food, Bad Food Diet.
Mm-hmm.
And there are 10 foods on that list that everybody in the world needs to stop eating. Okay?
Okay.
So clean his diet up. Give him those nutritional supplements. And I want you to get in touch with the person who told you about this radio show. How'd you find out about me?
Okay. I saw Dr. Wallach on one of the ministers' program.
Yeah, Benny Hinn's?
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Benny Hinn, yeah.
And so I've been trying to get him, and I couldn't get him. So I called this young lady back because I talked to her, and she gave me your number. She said, well, I'm sure you can get in touch with him. So you call him and talk to him because you and Dr. Wallach work together.
Okay, so absolutely. Now let me give you the number to call so you can buy these supplements at the wholesale price, okay?
Okay.
Because if you just go online and try to buy them, you're going to get charged the full retail price, and that's not good, so we don't advise that. So you want to call. If you're a Benny Hinn listener,
yeah.
If you've come to this radio show because you're listening to Benny Hinn and you want access to these nutritional supplements, the number to call is 800 691
691
1730.
13.
Okay, that's 800-691-1730 for the Benny Hinn aficionados in the group. Now, the reason that we do that, Peggy, is because there are longevity distributors all around the world.
I'm sure.
And longevity distributors each have different organizations in the world, and there's a longevity distributor that was responsible for getting Dr. Wallach on Benny Hinn. So when people come to longevity through the Benny Hinn show, it's important that they get placed under the distributor that was responsible for all of that, because we reward behavior like that. That's a good thing, right?
Right.
Right. I mean, it's a great thing, actually, when you dial it down. So 800-691-1730. The recommendation for your husband to support and promote the structure and function of his body is the Anti-Aging Healthy Start Pack, selenium.
Wait a minute. Now, where am I going to get these?
At that 800 number.
Oh, at this 800 number. And
Yeah.
I need the selenium. Are they going to know what I need?
No, you're going to tell them, I need this. Dr. Glidden told me to get 3 selenium, 2 Prohobahepal, and 1 anti-aging healthy start pack. You tell them that, they'll do all the rest. They'll tell you how much it costs at the wholesale price and get your shipping information and your payment information. They'll even tell you how to take the stuff, and life is good. All right, Peggy, I appreciate you. Give us a call back with a report in a couple of weeks, and God bless. Stick around, folks. It's a worldwide coalition of the informed, and you are a part of it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how we did it. We got Terry back, and we've made it through another 2 hours. Thank you so much for tuning in and turning on. And if you'd like information about the nutritional supplements, call us, 855-347-3696. If you were directed here by a pre-existing longevity member, get with them. You know how to get in touch with them because they told you about the show. So get in touch with them, and they'll get the products for you at the wholesale price. They'll give you more information because we are a grassroots coalition, worldwide coalition of the informed. Lean on the person who told you about us. Lean on the person who told you about us. If you came to us through Benny Hinn, 800-691-1730 is the number to call. All right, let's see what Terry's up to, and I'll hit the right button this time. Hey, Terry, sorry about that. Thanks for the call. You are live.
Hey, Dr. Glidden.
Hey, Terry,
How
nothing
you doing?
personal. Good now.
Snowing cats and dogs here.
Yeah, here too. Down in Virginia, yeah?
Yeah, supposed to get 18 inches.
Yeah,
That's
when's
a
the
lot
last?
for us.
How long have you lived there, Terry?
Well, I was born here. I was born in Lexington, Virginia. Then I moved when I was 17 to North Carolina, where I stayed until 1999. And then I got to Axe because I worked at R.J. Reynolds like 2 months, 20 years with R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company.
Yeah.
And then I came home to take care of my mother right after 9/11. And I've been here ever since.
All right, so you've always been below the Mason-Dixon line. So in your lifetime, how many, snowstorms like this have you experienced?
None like this.
None.
Either here or in North Carolina.
Yeah, I think something's going on. I don't know what it is, but I think something's going on. But
yeah, something funky, definitely. But I wanted to tell you something about your hair.
All right, I'm sitting down.
I really love your hair, man. You got the coolest hair, especially with the part in the middle and the shoulder length stuff that you do. Then every now and then you surprise me, or you have it real short and slick back, or comb to the side. There's never a dull moment.
We gotta change it up somehow, Terry.
Yeah. There's never a dull moment.
Yeah, I'm in touch with my southern, my southern brethren. I lived for some of the 9 of the funnest years of my life were spent in Durham, North Carolina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that was my first exposure to southern culture, to country music, and to the whole thing. So, long hair goes along for the ride a little bit in that regard. And, you know, we like to be on the cutting edge of all things here, and so, you know, Dr. Glidden's trying to start a new trend with the comeback of longer hair for men, so stay tuned and we'll see how that one goes.
Yeah, my brother Tim has long hair, and they picked on me over my hair when I was in school. My nickname was Phyllis Diller because it was all over my head, you know. I had this, like, really curly, coarse hair. I'm glad I quit. I quit in the 9th grade.
So how's your longevity business going in Virginia?
Well, it's not doing too well. I've told about 40 people about it, and everybody's just like sitting on the fence.
All right. So when you tell people about it, what do you tell them?
Well, I'm not that great at it. You know, I don't know how to be enthusiastic. I'm just
all right. Well, you don't have to be, Terry. And I hate to cut you off, but I've got 1 minute left, so I'm gonna tell you what to do, and I want you to follow this advice the very next time you tell somebody about longevity. I want you to memorize what I'm about to say because it's easy, and I want you to repeat it like a parrot. That's all that I want you to do, okay? I don't want you to say anything else other than what I'm about to tell you, and this will change your life. It will. So here's what you do. You find someone who has a health condition. You know, let's say it's arthritis. All you say to them is, "You have arthritis? Son of a gun." I know a doctor who says you don't have to suffer with that. If I send you a link to his radio show, will you tune in and listen? That's all you have to say. I know a doctor who says you don't have to suffer with that. I'd like you to listen to his radio program. Here's the details. That's all you say. And then you give them the radio information, get their contact information, and walk away. Call them back in a couple days to follow up, and you will be amazed. Go get them, Terry. Thanks for calling, folks. Dr. Peter Glidden. God willing and the creek don't rise. See you tomorrow. Same longevity time, same longevity station. Live long and prosper.